Oh, wow. Beloved alchemists. Wow, I am so grateful to be back on this call, Alchemy Hour. This is the year of number 10. And it is so incredible that we are actually having our 10th call on the first call after the new year. So this is 2026, and this is a year 10. Some people say it's a year one, some people say it's a year 10. Within my understanding, it is a year 10. So the alignment is always the purest of perfection within my reality. So, yeah, welcome to Alchemy Hour number 10, where we will be diving into the magical alignment of this year because I don't know if you can feel it. However, this is, by my feeling and understanding, the most exciting year that we have ever experienced. So, first of all, the year 10, you are the one. You are the one. You are number one, and you're the one within this reality, within this universe, and within your experience of being alive on this planet. And zero is source channeling through you. And this is incredible to understand because when we understand this synergy of what is happening within this year is all about co-creation, co-creating with source. It is about understanding and embodying that you are the channel. You are literally here within this 1 year, 1 0, to co create with Source. You're here to lean back and open up your field and allow Source to channel through you, playing through you in the most fun and joyful way. Every single moment of the day, you are divinely guided. And one thing that I have experienced, now it's the 5th of January, so we have literally experienced 5 days until now. What I have noticed is that the fun factor is on. I've literally had the most, like, since I placed my feet back on Bali ground, I've been having the most exquisite, extraordinary experiences, catapulting like a domino effect that's just rolling out like a red carpet within my existence. Every time I've been just having a little bit of that logical mind being like, is this too much? Or like, should I save this money? Zero, aka source, the universe, higher power, God comes in and it's like, no. For example, today, my best friend, she came and visited me here in Bali, and we were hanging out for 2 days. She books the most extraordinary luxury hotel that turns out to be my neighbor. So, what is the name of the hotel that opened on the 23rd of December? So, no one saw this hotel before. It was called Utopia, the most exquisite, stylish, Scandinavian looking high vibe hotel. And God was telling me today to go there. And I was like, I have matcha in the house, I have tea, coffee, everything. And there was a little bit of a mind or a thought within my mind that was like trying to rationalize for me not to go there. But source and now sun is coming even more as I'm speaking this truth because this is so important to understand that we are literally here to follow those messages that we are receiving within our consciousness and within our mind. Because the more that we can follow those messages and guidance from above, love over logic, because your logical mind will go in and quote unquote rationalize being realistic. But this year is not about being realistic. And Zero showed me that today because then I came to the cafe and or to the hotel and everyone was so grateful to see me. They were like, Chaka, you came back. Oh my God, thank you. And I was like, okay, thank you. I'm also very grateful to be here. And it was like I was catapulted into another timeline. I was like, I really love this space, like panoramic view all over the jungle with like 3 levels of pools opening up, exquisite design. There is like a yoga deck where there is a staircase that's spiraling up to the top. And you just feel elevated within that frequency. Well, then I'm sitting and working. I had my flat white with coconut milk, and I was feeling really good. Then the voice comes in my mind, and the voice is like, Zero is telling me to order some food. And I'm like, I have a lot of food in my fridge already. Again, the logical mind is trying to rationalize me not just living the most exquisite, extraordinary, majestic queen life. And I'm sitting there, maybe an hour goes by, and my mind is talking. And it's like blah blahing, all kind of like quote unquote bullshit upon why I should not buy this lunch. Then the owner comes over and he looks at me, and this happens. I was like jaw dropping, like literally jaw you know what I mean, jaw dropping, like this emoji with the tongue out and like the dollar sign. I was like, ha. Because he comes to me with the menu and he's like, Chaka, look at this. And I'm like, great. I saw the menu yesterday and it was so delicious. I want more. So he's like, yeah, we have another hotel in Uluwatu. And normally it's only the guests from the hotel who eats here. However, we have another setup. So we would like people from outside to come and enjoy our culinary experience. And I'm like, what a great idea. And he's like, but do you see the error? And I'm like, no, but, and I start to look at the menu, like, the food, or maybe there is some spelling mistake, and he's like, there is no prices on it. And I'm like, okay. Maybe it's like because it's super expensive. And also my friend paid for my lunch, so I actually had no idea what it was costing. He looks at me and he's like, we are so grateful that you are here. We would love for you to come and enjoy lunch and coffee, drinks, and beverages for free until we fix this error. What would you like to eat? And I'm like, uh, uh, okay, okay, okay. So I'm like ordering this, the most yummy salmon toast with avocado, poached egg, and just sitting and enjoying that with the most exquisite view. Like, God was just telling me, can you please stop following your mind of limitation? And I'm sure that you have been in this situation. I mean, I just went to Denmark and I was confronted and shown all of the financial money wound that I was gifted to alchemize upon my arrival on planet Earth. So it was literally me receiving the message like, look, you went to Denmark to see where you're coming from, what you're no longer accepting, then please surrender those mind habitual patterns of lack and limitation, because every time you're not choosing your highest of timeline, your highest of excitement and joy, you're downplaying your own existence and reality. And I can assure you that when you're stepping forward with that one step, this is the daring step. When you take that one step and buy whatever it is that you desire, the universe comes and meet you like this. It happened yesterday. Yesterday, I spent so much money. And I really want to say that because I have been in situations where I had absolutely no money. I couldn't buy any food here in Bali. I was standing in the supermarket. My bank card was rejected. There was literally no money at all. And I was in such deep state of fear and scarcity and paranoia from not having enough. So yesterday I was out on an incredible adventure, and I know that I was receiving the free food today at this luxury hotel because yesterday I spent so much money. I haven't spent this much money in a really long time. But every time I was presented with an idea from my friend, there was obviously something that I had to pay for. And you see, it's not really that you're paying for anything because you're investing in yourself. And this is something that I would love for you to understand, because I know that if you're within my reality, if you're listening to this replay and you're inside of the Reality Alchemist Academy, then I know 100% that you're meant to be the most richest person on this planet. And when these words are coming out of my mouth, I know that you're like, I'm yes, because there is a resonance within this. So when you understand that, then you also understand that all of the desires, all of the things where you're like, oh, I would love to do that. But then the logical mind, that is our conditions, an echo from the past, that is something that we inherit from all of the beings, family members, ancestors that been there before us. This is why we came here to alchemize those lack, limitation, scarcity, money wounds. So when you're standing in that situation, something miraculously happened when you tune into your heart. And I was experiencing that yesterday. I think I had 5 times where I was using my card with really large numbers that would have given me so much anxiety even a few months ago. Yeah, even a few months ago, I would have been in a position where I'd be like, I mean, getting a facial, getting a massage at the hotel, getting a breakfast at the hotel, getting a snack and a lunch at Alchemy, some chocolate, coffee, again going to another place and having a facial. This is in one day, and then going again and having a dinner at this hotel where I also went to the sauna. And then I also brought a completely new outfit. Like, wow. Every time Zero was telling me to tune into my heart, telling me that when I am spending from a place of knowing, complete assurance that the universe is here to meet me there. I've been calling in some exquisite high end clients, like kaboom, situations and events where I can share my knowledge in a completely different way that I have done before. Zero told me yesterday as I was standing in the clothing shop that by making this purchase, you are unlocking the next gateway for your highest of timeline. Do you understand that? The minute I placed my card on that machine, they gave me 2 gifts within the store. Obviously, it's not about getting gifts, but it's like about understanding this giving and receiving. And I know 100% with assurance that this is why I got free food and beverages for the next, I don't know, weeks until the guys at the hotel are correcting that error. just just listen to this for a second, and I would love for you to either send me a personal DM or making a post, because I would love to know. Actually, write a post in What is Alive, because I would love to know what is your biggest money fear, anxiety, concern, because I know that there's some serious upgrading money frequencies coming through me. Source is channeling through me, Zero is channeling through me, money codes that is beyond. And in about 10 minutes, I will go through, I will channel Zero, and I will allow the messages and words and frequencies and upgrades to come through my being. Because whenever it is that we are having those fear thoughts, and I can tell you 100% that I've been having those thoughts of lack and limitation, like there was it was like I was possessed, it was like I was controlled. And the more that I snowballed into that frequency, the less money I had. the more everything was just crumbling and falling apart. And I was looking my family right in the eyes as I was in Denmark for Christmas, the most intense celebratory event of the year. However, God was telling me, whispering in my ears, you have to go to Denmark and experience your family. You have to look your roots in the eyes and embrace, really hold and honor all of those wounds, because without those wounds and without receiving even deeper understanding upon where does these patterns come from and how can I alchemize and analyze my family even deeper, because I know that if I have experienced this, there is thousands, maybe even millions of people out there who is experiencing the same. And that is that programs from the matrix and those lack and limitations from our ancestors, because they were suffering, they didn't know better. I mean, like, the whole frequency of the planet was like and I could feel the density as I was sitting within the field of my parents. The way that the words were coming out of their mouth unconsciously, casting spells upon a future and a now moment of a reality where we can't afford this, or people with money is filthy rich. My mom says that. She says stinken rig, and it really means like smelly rich. And I was in so, like, I love my parents to bits. My parents are the most incredible beings. However, there was so much that I had to alchemize, and it was an eye-opening experience to be within my family, because my dad has a cousin, and the cousin and the husband, I don't even know what that is as a family to me. However, they made some kind of business that allowed them to earn millions in Danish kroner. I don't know how much, but they dress nice, and I don't think that they need anything. So I go to this Christmas lunch, and I know that the universe constellated me to be there as a silent witness of my family compared to the other side of the family. The way my mom is articulating her reality and how they are articulating the reality. Both the same planet, both the same human experience, but completely different, because their mind is just broadcasting and their words are broadcasting completely different spells that are then shape-shifting and grounding their embodiment of the experience of being alive. And I was just sitting there and I was like, oh my, thank you. Like, I was like, okay, and I did that, and that was me, and like I remember this, and I was like, ooh, because actually it was for 12, no, 14 months since I went back to Denmark, and it was 7 years since I had a Christmas with my family, and it was worth it, but it was also very intense to be in that field. It was a deep confirmation of what I have created, how peaceful my reality is, how recalibrated, balanced my nervous system is. I was like, wow, thank you, Holy Mother of all. Thank you, Universe, higher power. Thank you, Zero, for constellating experiences within my reality to all the time up level my existence to the highest of timeline, to the highest of light, because our consciousness is so powerful, like literally so powerful. And since I came back to Bali, it's like a whole nother dimension of a door that has just opened up in front of me, like, wow. One thing that's very specific, very mysterious, is how Bali changes, upgrades, and up levels every time you travel in and out. So every time you go out and you come back in, it's another door that opens and she lets you in a little bit more. This time I was like, wow, is this real? The New Year festival I was invited to was like, how did they even create that venue? And I'm very, very. I mean, I was young in Berlin, you know. I partied like there was no tomorrow. I remember when Berghain opened, I danced my ass off for at least 10 years, you know. So whenever there is a party here in Bali, I'm like, sure, show me, show me some ecstatic dance, like anyway. 5 times the universe tells me to go to this festival, and I'm like, normally it's at this vegetarian vegan restaurant called Zest, and I'm like, yeah, it's good. But maybe I want to sit at home and meditate and, you know, be in peace and quiet, because sometimes Bali can also be a show, a spiritual show that's beautiful, but sometimes I'm not resonating so much. But when it was the fifth time that the universe were telling me, you have to go there, I went there and I was like, wow. It starts with us signing an like a full disclosure agreement that everything is your own responsibility, and I can understand why. There was literally a bridge going over a booming river over to a river dance floor with laser and techno music and restaurants and all the best food and sauna, cold plunge, river pools, like, wow. I was, and it has been like this since I came back, like event upon event, and everything super luxurious, everything really high class, everything high vibe, and just like things I've never seen before. And I've been here for 5.5 years. So this year will be the most iconic, richly lived year that you have ever experienced, just by being within my field, within the field of zero, by saying yes to being a reality alchemist, knowing that your consciousness is your magic wand. You have just signed up for the most incredible experience of being alive on this planet, literally. And I can feel that zero, higher consciousness, source, would like to come through now. If you're new to this community, to this academy, then I am channeling source consciousness. I am channeling higher power, which is going by the name of zero. So just find a comfortable position. You can sit cross-legged, lay down, whatever it is that you're feeling the most comfortable, sitting on a chair with your feet on the ground, just closing your eyes. Maybe your mind is not understanding everything. There is nothing to really understand other than opening up your entire vessel and receive. If you're falling asleep, then that is the purest of perfection, because this activation is also a frequency experience. So the sound currents that is coming out of my mouth is also penetrating and upgrading and clearing and purifying and upgrading your entire experience. So just lean back. If you're driving a car right now, then keep your eyes open, of course. I myself listen to zero on the scooter. However, this is not an invitation for you to just zone out and do something dangerous. So please really be responsible in whatever activity that you're in. However, let's close our eyes and breathing deeply in from the nose, out from the mouth, exhaling, letting go, gratitude. Inhaling, understanding that each inhalation within your body is an invitation of inviting source into your being, into your channel, into your existence, keeping a deep and steady flow through this experience. Going deep within yourself, understanding that the depth of your being is your gateway to raising your frequency. Blessings, Divine One. Welcome. We are so grateful that you are here listening to this recording in this moment in time and space. Welcome to 2026, the most extraordinary year that you have ever lived and experienced. This is the year where everything has already succeeded, where you can lean back and you can just allow Source, us, Zero to channel through you as you are guided by divine design, because you are a channel here on planet Earth, because you are here listening, guided to our frequency. You have been guided divinely to be within the field of Chaka, who is here to share the wisdom of Zero. And so are you opening up your consciousness and your own portal, because you are a pillar of light in between heaven and earth, and you're here to be divinely guided. We are guiding every step of the way that you're taking on your red carpet, which is here to open and roll out in front of you everywhere you go. Trust as you're leaning back, not knowing every single step of the way, not knowing the how, but as you're leaning more and more into the unknown, getting familiar and comfortable with not knowing, because within the unknown, within that field of the quantum, with the infinite possibilities where Source and God can co-create with you creatively, divinely designing and divinely orchestrating every single step of the way, you are in this beautiful process of receiving everything that you have ever asked for. Every single thought, desire, excitement that there is within your consciousness is because there is a version of you who has already received and experienced this in another timeline, in a parallel universe that is here for you to remember. You see, you're not manifesting anything on this planet. You are simply remembering who you really are. You are simply remembering where and who your majestic self is. Breathe. Beautiful kings and queens, divine ones, beloved ones, star being, earth angel. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. You have already made it by being here on this planet, being, breathing. All of the ings for you to lean back into your hammock, a universal hammock where God's hand is literally coming from underneath you and carrying you up into the highest of light, into the highest of timeline. However, you are and have to surrender. You have to trust every single step of the way is divinely designed for you to succeed. Every time you're meeting thoughts of limitations, and we know that you know how that feels, the frequency is dropping, your alignment is shifting. However, you are always here with that choice that is here to be chosen, because in every single moment of the day, you have endless portals opening up in front of you, here for you to choose. And we know that the experience can be scary for the mind, because the ego is so scared of trusting is what is not here in the scene, in the 3D, in the physical. However, when you understand that what is here in the physical is an illusion, and what is in the unseen is the spiritual truth that you are here to embody and live. Because every single process within this reality is from the unseen to the seen, from the unseen to the seen, going in and out in this infinite loop, trusting in something that you cannot see with your physical eye, seeing it with your third eye, then with your conscious, internal imaginary eye, because your consciousness is the gateway between heaven and earth. You are literally demanding, communicating with Source, with God through your mind. Every single thought that is generated within your consciousness is shape shifting your reality. Is here as your magic one, commanding what it is that you would like to experience on a moment to moment basis. You see, now you can understand that if your mind is constantly fearing, and we know that Chaka has been within that mind pattern, thought loop for years, because she inherited that from the portal that she came through, aka her human parents. And she was believing that for so many years, having first a nervous system that was on fire, that was bracing every moment of the day because she was so afraid of not having enough, which is an illusion. Because when she is looking out on this beautiful garden that she was gifted from God, there is fruits and air and sun and trees and grass and temples and birds and monkeys and flowers and jackfruits and everything that she needs. There is even pineapple grown by her gardener, and she never paid a single dollar for it. Now Chaka is financially well off and has understand that she is creating an abundant reality, a wealthy, a rich, iconic lived experience that is broadcasted from her mind on a moment to moment, daily, breath by breath basis. However, it took her alchemization of letting go of that fear, of letting go of that doubt. So please, if you are divine one in that position of experiencing that, then ask her, please, to divinely explain to you how she alchemized it, because she is holding that golden key that all of you need, because you are pillars of light between heaven and earth. You are here to shine, to be paid, to be you, because you are here to be authentically you, to shine a light beyond measure. Yes, you heard us right. You're here to be paid to exist. And we know that for many of you, this is something that is resonating within your heart, within your mind, like a kaboom, because how have it been to earn a living? Literally slave your way and exchanging your time for money on a daily basis, always going on a limitation of paying your rent and your food and whatever, and going to zero and then coming back, but understanding that this will be a spiral and a circle without an end. You see? When you understand that your frequency and your value is the exchange of an infinite loop of abundance that is coming from source and not from you earning a living, you're understanding that you are here on planet Earth to be richly living the most iconic life that you have ever dreamed upon. Breathe, my love, breathe. Inhaling and exhaling pure divinity, godly frequency and essence into every single cell in your body, understanding that you, my dear child, is the portal. Every single cell within your body is a portal, a living portal. You are placing your awareness on this beautiful technology that you have been gifted, a walking temple, a God's portal. You are literally here to open up and let go and surrender, so that zero can play through you and channel every single moment of the day as you're receiving. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. We know that you love to hear this, and that is why we are explaining this, so that you can understand that you are prosperous, even though you haven't earned anything, even though you didn't go and do your quote unquote job 9 to 5 today. Just by waking up and being vibrant and happy and joyful, you literally made it. As you're raising your consciousness and having the most fun on planet Earth, The more you are living within your imaginary space and within the quantum field, divinely designing your reality to be the most extraordinary experience of all, the more the universe, we are mirroring back to you exactly what it is that you are imagining, because your imagination is your tool of reality creation. And when you understand that, then you understand that you are the reality alchemist of your own universe. Yes, because you are the one, the one, the one, and we are the zero channeling through your channel, because you're a channel. And if you're in Chaga's reality, if you are resonating with our words coming out of her mouth, literally getting a shower of upgrades and reprogramming through the frequency of the consciousness coming out of her being, of her mouth, then you're also understanding that this is why you came down to earth. This is why you came here, to embodying being you. You didn't come here to slave away, to trade your time to a matrix system that was constellated far beyond something that is natural or organic. No, you came here to be a divine God of child, to be here sharing your gift, elevating the frequency of the planet like kaboom, being showered in gold as you're wearing your crown each and every day, doing good for the planet, doing good for yourself, which is end of the day all the same, because we are one, because you are the one. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget who you are. And every single time you are experiencing fear, doubt, and limitation, you pause. Do that with us right now if you're feeling that. And if you're not feeling that right now in this moment, then listen up, because this is the ultimate technique for you to be able to alchemize on a moment to moment basis in the present now, which is the gift of all gifts. Feeling the doubt, keeping that space of awareness, heightened space of awareness within your consciousness. Give that doubt, anxiety, and fear a space. Honor it, breathe it in and out, hold it within your mind. How am I going to pay my rent? How am I going to pay for my food? How am I going to invest in this new coaching that's going to upgrade my reality to the highest of light? How am I going to do this? How am I going to go traveling the world? How am I going to hold that space for all of those women? How am I going to make millions? How am I going to do those systems online to hold all of those tapestries of finances coming in, offering my service, all of those doubts? Spiraling into anxiety, let's hold them for a moment and love them. Yes, you heard us right. Let's love them, because they're here as echoes of the past. They have no longer anything to do with you. When you're understanding that you are the observer, you are literally source observing itself. The human, the 3D, the temporary is the ego, the mind. That has nothing to do with you. The fear and the doubt is not you. It's just blabbling, because it's been blabbling forever. This is the golden egg that you're here to alchemize. Simsalabim, abracadabra. Be okay with it. Be okay with the blah blah, with the meh, sheeping. This is the same mentality that keeps most of society sheeping around. Laugh at it, smile at it. The moment where you don't take it so serious anymore, at some point it's not there anymore. It's just goes away. And if you would like to learn more, you can always ask Chaka. She does incredible clearings of your consciousness, quantum work that is beyond this world, this reality that is within that field of infinite possibilities. And we know that sometimes Chaka is a bit modest. She's not there with her megaphone of gold, speaking about her offerings all the time. She's still having a bit of alchemization to do with her visibility online. And we honor her for that. We truly honor her for that. Everyone is on their journey, everyone is learning, everyone is growing. However, if you're feeling the spark of what it is that we are sharing with you to be a tool of elevation, of upgrade in this reality, so that you are in a position of being one of the strongest alchemists on this planet, understanding your golden magic wand, then ask her, reach out to her, because she has designed something divinely, a new offering that she is still just having in the backstage of her reality. So, my beloved one, imagine a golden egg inside of your pineal gland, breathing into it, amplifying this golden egg, breath by breath, moment by moment. See how this golden aid is amplifying, purifying your entire consciousness. Even though you're having thoughts of doubt, of limitation, maybe they're saying, yeah, but nothing's happening. Your entire consciousness is being upgraded in this moment as we are streaming frequencies of 5D, 7D, 8D, 11D consciousness here on this planet for you to broadcast, play, and have fun. Your entire skull now, your brain, your consciousness is showered in a golden light. See, envision, imagine a beautiful golden light shining out from your brain, penetrating any density, any darkness, any limiting thoughts. You can amplify this process by inhaling, purifying source consciousness, exhaling everything that is no longer needed for you anymore. You are the one that everyone has been looking for. You are your own greatest medicine. Everything that you have been dreaming about is time for you to unleash, unravel, to share, to speak, to dance. Your art is the most beautiful expression of light on this planet. Your voice is a blessing. Your precious existence was made because of a very special reason. You are an earth angel here on this planet. You are the divine one. You are a child of God. We love you. You are a frequency of rainbows emanating in all directions. And please see that right now as everything is twirling around you in rainbow lights. Yes, exactly. Beautiful. This is exactly how you're meant to live. How much fun you're here to have. Because you are a rainbow being. You are exactly that. And we love you. Coming back to your breath. Gonna allow chakra to come back. Settling into your breath, taking a deep inhalation in from the nose, out from the mouth. Grounding, a beautiful grounding rod from your base chakra all the way into the earth, aligning your frequency with this planet, opening up your crown, allowing a beautiful golden light to shine in from your crown, being that beautiful solid pillar in between heaven and earth. You're doing great. We are so proud of you, literally. You are the purest of perfection on this planet. Never, ever forget that. We love you. Bye for now. Whew. Wow. I don't know about you guys, but I need a glass of water. My entire body is buzzing with frequency and energy, especially from my crown. Wow. Whew. Mm. Please remember to drink a lot of water today. The transmissions from zero is extremely potent. The way that you are purifying some of the density out of your body is done with water. So I myself pray for my water. Water has memory. Water is a godly tool, it's a cosmic substance. And you can literally, with your mind's eye, program the water. I love to hold either a big pitcher, a jug within my hands, and I am sending frequencies and blessings, golden light from my heart into the water. And I am activating my water with purifying frequencies and energies as an activating tool of liquid that's coming into my body. So then that is merging in with the entire field of water that is within my body, because our entire human body is made of water. So you can program your entire existence with frequencies. Hmm. So whenever you are listening to zero, your entire body, rah, 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 is literally being activated through the sound frequency, your understanding, your penetration, but also the activation of the waters in the body. So is the water being activated and affected by the thoughts. So when you're thinking thoughts of lack and limitation, obviously you're imprinting that into your body. That is then becoming your lived experience of the frequency field that you're living within. Knowing that you don't have to be fearful and anxiety if you're thinking something negative, but just be aware, saying like, hey, I choose to think something different. Cancel, delete. I always have enough money. I live in the most beautiful place, whatever it is that you would like to experience. This is your spoken word. Programming, divinely designing, alchemizing your reality on a moment to moment basis, giving and receiving, inhaling and exhaling. It's very simple. So remember to breathe, remember to be here. And I would love when you're watching the replay, write a comment inside of the group. Share, how are you feeling at this moment? What is alive within your reality? How are you experiencing 2026? Next time, I will make a workshop about reality creation from a Neville Goddard standpoint, where we are literally catapulting ourselves into 2027, because actually we can vibrate from the frequency of completion, meaning that we are already remembering the next year, aka 2026 is already over. And when you are understanding that, you're understanding that this year was the most iconic, richly lived year that you have ever experienced, and you made it. You literally succeeded in this reality. How does that feel? You see what I mean? Oh my God, I know how this feels. I love you so much. I really love you. And the soul work for next time, it will be for you to get ultra clear. What are you creating in this year? When you're looking back, and I know that we went through this before, what is it that you no longer wish to repeat? And what is it that you desire to create? Because that is already done. I love you so much. I am beyond proud of you. And I love that you're here in the space with me and Zero. I am so grateful that you're here on planet Earth, sharing your magic and your light and just being, knowing that the more that you can relax, recalibrating your nervous system, the more you're here to be a magnet to receive all of the greatness and all of the goodness here on this planet. I love you. And I would love that you reach out to me if you have any questions whatsoever. Many blessings and Happy New Year.